Still anyone's game here. Jing, the next to try and step into the ring. Demon one on the other side. Ethan's found. Mind Freak is down to 2. This could be it. Another chance for Jing. It's all over. EG are your Valorant World Champions.
That was the moment PaperX had lost Champions 2023 against Evil Geniuses. I was in a crowd of nearly 100 other Singaporeans watching this match live back then in the official watch party. While this match was going on, it was 5 AM back then. We had been watching the match since 1 AM and everybody in the crowd was fatigued. We didn't show it during match time, but when nothing was happening, there were signs. When we reached map 4, 2-1, the tension was palpable. Everybody wanted to see a map 5, which made the loss feel oh so tragic. So, nearly a full year later and 2 more international appearances, PaperX still has not yet lifted their first international trophy. Since PaperX has already qualified for Champions 2024, this would mark the team's 10th international appearance in a row. The most of any team after Loud failed to make Masters Shanghai. 10 times and still no international trophy. We've been knocked out extremely early in some and so tantalizingly close to winning in others. Honestly, after PaperX lost in Champions 2023 and we all thought it'd be Jing's last VCT match in a long time,
whatever you guys want, I guess, just hopefully you guys remember me as just a crazy race player, I guess. I don't know.
There's no remembering. Okay, it's more see you soon rather than goodbye. Okay. Okay.
I thought PaperX would probably never reach its 2023 peak again. I mean, it was probably due to the trauma I got from the match, but I thought the 2023 roster looked damn near unbeatable, and Jing was one of its most crucial components.
Or really just blinded open as well, dodging all the util. Everything's being thrown at it. It's an absolute skirmish. A bloodbath occurring. See by the way that Jing's taking this space, he expects them to be there. Almost lined up, 1 HP still surviving. One obstacle removed. But Louder still in this one, TP close, it's messy, but Jing, sole survivor, that's the ace.
Onyet proved to me that PaperX was still a serious contender in Masters Madrid, but it wasn't enough. And then after that, when Jing returned and PaperX finished the playoffs as the first seed, it looked like 2023 all over again. Everybody was saying that PaperX looked like the strongest team going into Shanghai and were heavy favorites coming in. And then that Icebox game happened against 100 Thieves, and it snapped everybody back to reality. It was extremely difficult to watch both in-game and after. I am 90% sure the PaperX team mysteriously got a few $1,000s from Nate Shot right after 100 Thieves won, because PaperX looked like a totally different team. David especially, he had the exact opposite of a legacy map that day. If you told me that this was PaperX versus 100 Thieves and not NRG versus 100 Thieves, I would have mistaken the vibe for somebody else completely. I mean, could you blame PaperX? I would have taken the hush money as well, especially from 100 Thieves out of all orgs since they are stacked, but at least make it look less blatant. Like, this 1v4 Asuna clutch is criminal, man. Like, look me in the eye and tell me Mind Freak mysteriously didn't get a brand new Rolex the very next day. I'm pretty sure only Alex didn't get a slice of the pie because he looked like he was in favor of execution. Despite everybody treating this game as if this was the end of PaperX's W gaming, they really sobered up during stage 2. They looked a lot more disciplined and coordinated as a team, and it was probably because Alex now has somebody else in the room to abuse apart from his desk. Yeah, PaperX finally got Alex an assistant coach. This is definitely something that will help PaperX now that Alex doesn't have to shoulder the task of coaching all by himself, and can also lead to more perspectives given by the assistant coach. Although I will say there are 2 more weaknesses that PaperX still has. Listen, I think y'all know my stance on Jing at this point. If I were go to a supermarket, I'm walking out of there with gallons worth of honey to pour on my goat, okay? But Jing's biggest weakness by far as a player is his agent pool. Bro is essentially a raise 1 trick. Granted, he is a very good raise 1 trick, but a 1 trick nonetheless. Every time PaperX has to play a non-race map and he gets put on agents like Clove, ISO, and God forbid Sage, I still remember Lock-in Pearl, okay? He doesn't necessarily play bad on any of the agents I just listed, but you can tell that Jing is just itching for his satchels. I don't really know how to fix this because you can't just wake up and play other agents overnight like we've seen Mind Freak on Raze, okay? Although I do appreciate that Jing is at least playing these agents during matches so he can effectively practice, the other problem, their map pool. This is kind of related to the Jing problem, as it does seem like unless you're Genji, PaperX just dominates any map where Raze is played. Bind is the exception to this because they keep banning that map. Of course, I'm not saying they can't win whenever Jing is not on Raze. Stage 2 proves that. They're winning on maps like Ascent and Icebox, maps where you don't usually see PaperX thrive in. It's really getting a bit worrisome every time PaperX plays a map that is out of their comfort zone, but I don't know, man. I'm just worried. I'm worried, okay? But I have faith in them. I'm pretty sure PaperX is the only team going into Champions 2024 whose roster has remained basically the exact same as last year. Amidst all the crazy roster moves 2024 has seen, that is frankly just insane. I don't want to put pressure on them, but if they fail to win their 10th international event in a row with virtually the same roster, if not the same core, is it time for a shake-up? Most likely not, considering the fact that there isn't really any player on the free market who I think would be a better replacement to Mindfreak, Devi, or something. I'm mentioning these players because their contract expires in 2025. I think the stability of the roster is also something that PaperX has that other teams don't, so fans have more time to build a better connection with them. If one of them were to get cut, I think there'd be some pushback. Still, even if they don't make roster changes, which I pray don't happen by the way, is second place really the peak of this organization? Would PaperX be satisfied? Would the fans be satisfied? After showing up to 10 international events in a row? Sure, they still have their partnership slot, they still make insane amounts of money off the prize winnings, and they still have legions of fans. They can win domestic titles all they want, but Masters and especially Champions is what really matters. This is not even mentioning the emergence of other Pacific teams like Genji, who stole PaperX's chances of lifting Pacific's first trophy. Look, at the end of the day, I just want my team to win. To finally lift an international trophy so I can go to bed a bit happier than before as I witness them finally win. To end this video, all I'm gonna say is that please don't perform like how you did in a certain international event in 2022, which took place in a country named after a bird. Alright, so I wrote this script right before PaperX faced off against DRX, and oh my god, I did not expect that absolute slam dunk of a game from DRX. Honestly, after watching that nightmare of a game, all my points have been reinforced. On the first two maps where Jing played other agents like Phoenix and Neon, he was doing very well. But the last three maps were like watching 100 Thieves Icebox all over again. Bro was bot fragging 3 maps straight. You can't make this up. If Jing keeps playing like this, PaperX might just sell his ass back to the military and get Monyet back in. And then the map pool. What more can I say? Honestly, in my opinion, put Jing on Killjoy instead of Sage like how they did with CJRS, and maybe that can open up a bit more freedom with the map pool. Also, I know this is PaperX and it's their specialty, but their Ascent composition genuinely looks like a ranked comp. I'm not kidding. Sky in 2024, 2023 ended an hour ago and bro is still here. The wacky comps may have worked domestically, but if they play these comps in Champions, it's honestly raps. Are my PaperX stocks down? I think it definitely took a dent, but all in all, I still have a bit of faith. It may be blind faith, but faith nonetheless. Usually PaperX makes deep runs whenever they're underestimated, and I'm hopeful this might happen again. I'm genuinely just hoping for the VCT entities to shine on PRX because there's not much else for me to say gameplay wise. What I will say is that if PaperX gets the NRG Billy gaming treatment, I'm deleting my channel. I'm returning all the honey I bought to the store, and I'm full on bleed. Thanks for watching.